God says, your money miracle has finally arrived, but your angel is not allowing you to skip this message at any cost. If you skip this, you will cry all your life, so stay and listen till the end. This is not just a passing message. This is a divine interruption in your day, because something heavenly is shifting over your life right now. When God speaks of a money miracle, He is not speaking of something small, temporary, or ordinary. He is speaking of something life-changing, something that will break generational burdens, something that will turn weeping into laughter and struggle into testimony. The angel assigned to your blessing is not allowing you to scroll away or turn your attention elsewhere, because what is about to unfold in your life carries the weight of heaven's promise and the signature of divine timing. This is not a coincidence that you're here. The spiritual realm is moving, and God's voice is coming through these words. Your money miracle has finally arrived, and heaven has placed a seal on it. That's why your angel is holding you here. It is urgent, it is appointed, it is divine. And if you walk away now, the pain of missed blessing will follow you. But if you stay, receive, and believe, what you lost will be restored, what was delayed will be delivered, and what seemed impossible will come rushing into your hands by the hand of the Lord. Comment Amen to declare that your heart is open. There are seasons when God sends a quiet whisper, and there are moments when He roars from heaven because the time has come. This is not about riches built on greed. This is not about chasing after wealth for pride or comfort. This is about the miracle that has been delayed but not denied. This is about the provision that heaven has kept aside for you, stored in grace and wrapped in divine timing, now being released into your life. God is declaring that the struggle is not your final chapter. The lack is not your inheritance. The empty hands are not your destiny. He is your provider, and He does not lie. Every tear you cried when the bills stacked up, every silent prayer when you didn't know how you would feed your children, every weary sigh in the night, when fear of tomorrow weighed heavy on your chest, God has seen it all. He has counted every moment of your despair. And now, He moves. He moves not because of how strong you are, but because of how faithful He is. He moves because your miracle was written in heaven before you ever asked for help. He moves because the enemy tried to bury you under shame, under debt, under fear, but God said, "Not this one. This one is mine. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. Heaven is watching you, and your angel is standing guard over the treasure that God is delivering into your life. The breakthrough is not just coming, it is already here. This is not motivation. This is not mere inspiration. This is prophecy spoken in your direction, and your spirit knows it. That's why you feel the stirring. That's why you feel the pull. That's why something deep inside won't let you look away. Because your spirit recognizes the sound of deliverance. This money miracle is not random. It is strategic. God is not just putting money into your hands. He is putting healing into your home, restoration into your soul, and clarity into your mind. What good is money if your peace is missing? So God is giving you both, financial overflow and spiritual rest. Wealth in your hand and healing in your heart. Doors will open that were slammed shut for years. People who owed you will return. Opportunities you never qualified for will find your name written on them. And none of it will make sense to the world, because favor never follows logic, it follows obedience. And your obedience right now is to stay and receive. You prayed, you waited, you hoped through tears. And now God is saying, enough delay, enough waiting, enough struggle. My child must rise. Heaven is announcing over your life that what was blocked is now being released. Not because you begged, but because you are chosen. The kingdom of God is not in words only, but in power. You will see it, you will feel it, and it will change your life completely. Comment 1111 if your spirit is ready to receive without hesitation. God does not lie. His word says that He gives seed to the sower and bread for food. That means He doesn't just give you enough to survive. He gives you enough to bless others. Your money miracle is not just for your pockets, it is for your purpose. God is about to use you to change someone else's life, to bless the broken, to provide for the helpless, and to glorify His name through your hands. You are stepping into a season where the money in your hands will be ministry, not just currency. You must know this: the angel that is assigned to you is not weak. That angel is fighting to keep this word in front of your eyes. That angel is guarding the flow of heaven into your home. That angel is silencing the voice of fear and shouting the voice of truth. God is still in control. His timing is perfect. His hand never misses. And right now, His hand is moving over your finances with precision and power. You have been under attack not because you are weak, but because you are close. The enemy does not fight what does not threaten him. Your future has power in it. Your obedience has weight in it. Your yes to God is shaking strongholds. And this money miracle is not just for comfort, it's for calling. It's for breaking chains in your bloodline. It's for lifting burdens off your children. It's for sending a message to every demon that tried to destroy you, that God never let go of you, not even for a second. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. You have felt alone, but you were always surrounded. You have felt stuck, but the ground beneath you was being prepared. You have felt empty, but heaven was making room. And now that the fullness of time has come, your Father is delivering what no man can take away. This is holy. This is sacred. This is the money miracle you were not expecting, arriving not just on time, but in time to save your soul from the crushing weight of despair. So do not run, do not doubt, do not scroll. Do not silence what your spirit is trying to shout. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not forgotten in the crowd. You are the one He left the 99 for. You are the one whose cries reached heaven. You are the one He has come for today. Believe it, receive it, and if this word has touched your soul, if your heart is burning with a strange and beautiful knowing that this is God's voice speaking over you, then like this video once to seal it with faith. It is sacred compensation for every injustice, for every sleepless night, for every door that was slammed in your face when all you did was try your best to be faithful. Heaven has not just been watching. Heaven has been preparing. And now, with the authority of God Himself, a financial breakthrough is being released over your life that no force of darkness can delay again. You are stepping into a moment that was written for you long before you ever knew how deep the struggle would become. God knew, God saw, and God planned. The enemy thought that if he could dry up your finances, he could silence your faith. But what he forgot is that your trust in God was not built on comfort, it was built on covenant. That's why you are still standing, even after everything you lost. That's why your heart still prays, even with an empty bank account. That's why you're here now, reading these words not by accident, not by chance, but by the same God who is now speaking over your life with fire and favor. This is your moment of divine reversal. That means what was meant to ruin you is being used to reward you. What drained you is now becoming the very place where abundance will flow. The financial stress that has stalked you like a shadow will now be broken off your life, like chains snapping in the presence of a holy God. Comment 222 if you trust this release is meant for you. You are not unworthy. You are not forgotten. You are not the one who missed their chance. You are the one God is raising right now to be the testimony that proves He still provides for His children. He is not finished with you. He is not ignoring you. He is watching over you with the eyes of a father who refuses to see his child beg for bread. Scripture says, "The righteous will not be forsaken." You have been righteous, even in pain. You have stayed faithful, even when it felt like nothing was working. And because of that, the miracle has now been delivered. You will feel it in the atmosphere around you. You will sense it in your spirit. Something is already shifting. God is moving behind the scenes, and soon it will show up in ways you can touch. A check you didn't expect. A debt that gets cancelled. A job that finds you. A door that opens without effort. An opportunity that makes no sense on paper but is overflowing with divine fingerprints. This is not just about income. It's about inheritance. God is giving you back what was stolen and placing more in your hands than you can even count. You may feel like your story has been one long chapter of hardship, but God is now turning the page. The same place where you cried will now be the place where you laugh freely. The same bank account that was dry will now hold overflow. The same mailbox that brought bills and notices will now deliver blessings and confirmation. God is rewriting your financial story, and He is doing it in a way that no man can take credit for. Sometimes, the greatest miracles come after the longest silence. Sometimes, God waits until everything feels impossible, so that when He moves, you will know it was only Him. That is what is happening now. It looked like things were never going to change. You tried everything. You knocked on every door. You gave, you sowed, you prayed, and still, it seemed like heaven was silent. But God was never ignoring you. He was setting the stage. The miracle had to come in a way that would leave no doubt. And that time is now. You are walking into a new reality where you will not worry every month about survival. You will live in peace. You will live with joy. You will bless others. You will give without fear. You will help those you once stood beside in the line of the needy. Because God is not just rescuing you, He is transforming you. He is lifting you up so that you can be a light in the lives of those who are still in the dark places you once walked through. Let this promise echo through your soul. Let it settle in your heart. Your angel is guarding this promise. Your spirit knows it's true. And though your mind might try to reason it away, your heart knows what heaven feels like. You are feeling it now. That burning in your chest, that tear rising in your eye, that sudden calm in your thoughts. It's the presence of the Lord wrapping around you like a warm embrace, whispering, "I never left. I was always here." So do not shrink back, do not doubt, do not allow fear to speak louder than faith. The same God who split the sea for Moses, who fed Elijah through ravens, who multiplied bread in the hands of Jesus, that same God is with you now. He is not limited by banks or systems. He is not confined by timing or the opinions of others. He is moving mountains for you while you read this, and soon, very soon, you will testify. What's really behind the 7-second brain trick exploding online? A leaked CIA ritual is turning heads and bank balances. Backed by neuroscience labs, this at-home method removes money blocks and unlocks unstoppable wealth flow. But the page could vanish anytime. Click the link in the first comment before it's permanently deleted. You are chosen to carry this miracle, and it will not destroy you. It will strengthen you. It will glorify God through you. This money miracle is not a detour, it is your destiny. You are not simply being helped, you are being established. The days of lack are coming to a close, not because you figured it out, but because God stepped in and said, "Enough." He is canceling what tried to curse you. He is blessing what others tried to block. And He is doing it openly, so that those who doubted your calling will have no choice but to witness your rising. Let peace flood you now. Let fear fall off your shoulders. You are not at the end. You are at the beginning of something new, something holy, something life-changing. And though the enemy tried to rob you of hope, God has given you something stronger. He has given you His word. And His word does not return empty. It accomplishes what He sends it to do. The money miracle that has arrived in your life is not here to tease you with hope or leave you waiting again in silence. It has come as a divine appointment, sealed in the heavens, backed by God's unshakable promise, and now placed directly into your atmosphere through obedience, through grace, and through the relentless faithfulness of the Father who knows your name and every detail of your need. This is not just another promise of better days. This is the day when heaven's hand comes down to lift you out of the drought that has drained your strength and into the overflow that will restore what you thought was lost for good. God is not here just to patch the broken places. He is rebuilding what was torn down and pouring wealth where there once was lack. He is speaking now, and when God speaks, things shift, mountains move, doors open, chains break. This is not poetic hope, this is divine intervention. Comment 333 to declare your faith and stand in agreement with this prophetic release. Every delay you faced, every closed door, every moment when it seemed like the heavens were silent, it was not because God had forgotten you. It was because your miracle was being prepared to arrive in fullness, not fragments. God doesn't send pieces, He sends completion. And now, you are stepping into the season where what was once missing will be handed to you in wholeness, nothing lacking, nothing broken, because the God who began this work in you is faithful to finish it. You are not being lifted just to feel better for a moment. God is establishing you in a permanent season of provision. This money miracle carries with it a deeper meaning than numbers in a bank account. It is a sign of restoration, of promises kept, of destiny realigned. You were never created to live in survival mode. You were created to live in divine supply. The same God who rained manna from heaven, who brought water from a rock, who filled nets until they broke, is the same God declaring over you now that lack has no permission to stay. Your money miracle is arriving because your heart stayed soft while the world hardened around you. You chose to trust even when trusting felt foolish. You kept praying when no answers came. You sowed when you had barely enough. You believed when your eyes saw the opposite. And now, heaven is honoring that kind of faith, the kind that says, even if I don't see it, I still believe. That faith moves mountains. That faith pleases God. That faith has unlocked what was being stored for this exact moment. Some of you have walked through such intense seasons of struggle that you almost forgot how it feels to breathe in peace, but that is about to change. The breath you are about to take in this next season will not be one of stress or sorrow, but of rest, release, and redemption. The kind of release that only God can give, where you stop striving and start receiving. You are not stepping into this blessing by accident or luck. You are walking into it because heaven has decided the waiting season is over. God has heard you, and the answer is no longer on the way, it is here. God is not only providing financially, He is healing your relationship with money. He is removing fear from your decisions. He is breaking the cycles of overspending, scarcity thinking, and guilt that attached itself to you every time you tried to get ahead. He is restoring your confidence and teaching you that money, when blessed, becomes a tool for purpose, not pressure. You will no longer be owned by your needs. You will be led by your calling, because provision will meet you wherever your purpose takes you. You need to understand this deeply. God is not giving you a temporary fix. He is laying a new foundation. The blessing He is releasing into your life will not just touch you, it will touch your family. It will ripple through generations. Children will eat because of this blessing. Homes will be restored. Ministries will be born. Destinies will be unlocked. Not because you were lucky, but because you were faithful. And God never ignores the faith of a surrendered heart. This is the season when the voice of lack will finally be silenced. You will stop waking up with dread, wondering how to make ends meet. You will stop apologizing for needing help. You will stop shrinking yourself to fit into small spaces because of small budgets. God is expanding your borders, enlarging your territory, and handing you more than enough, because He knows you will steward it with humility and with purpose. And He knows that when He blesses you, others will eat from your table too. Your angel has not left your side through any of this. That same angel that stood beside you during your darkest financial days is now positioned at the gate, releasing what heaven has kept safe for this very hour. The enemy wanted you to believe that nothing would change, that you were cursed, that this was just your lot in life. But those were lies, lies formed in hell to keep you from reaching your promise. But truth has come, and truth sets free. The secret ritual they never wanted public is finally out. A 7-second brain technique backed by leaked CIA data and 4 neuroscience labs is helping families erase debt and attract money on autopilot. But this miracle won't stay public long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's gone forever. If you could see the weight your prayers carried in the unseen realm, you would weep from the beauty of it. If you could see how many battles were won in silence, how many delays were blocked because of one whispered prayer at midnight, you would fall to your knees in awe. You are not being blessed because you are perfect. You are being blessed because you are loved by a perfect God, a God who redeems the years you lost, a God who makes up for the time you spent waiting, a God who never needed you to earn it, just to believe for it. There will be days coming soon where you will wake up and laugh, not the nervous laugh of uncertainty, but the deep, healing laugh of a soul that remembers what it felt like to suffer and now knows what it feels like to be free. That laugh will be your new sound. Joy will be your new language, and peace will be your portion. So receive it, not with fear, not with hesitation, but with boldness, with reverence, and with gratitude. Because when God says your money miracle has arrived, it is not a prediction, it is a declaration. Heaven does not speak in maybe. Heaven speaks in now. And now is your time. Now is your moment. Now is your season of abundance, answered prayers, and supernatural provision. This money miracle is the fruit of seasons, when you chose to worship with empty hands, when you chose to believe with a broken heart, and when you gave your last while still smiling through silent storms. It is not just your time, it is your turn to rise, to walk in plenty, and to experience what it feels like when God Himself answers with more than enough. You've waited long enough. You've prayed without seeing results, cried without understanding the delays, and worked hard with little return. But God never overlooked your obedience. Heaven recorded every moment you chose to honor Him, even in hardship. And now, the Father is honoring you with a divine release that carries the weight of His promises and the fire of His love. This is not about random increase. It is about prophetic fulfillment. The word spoken over you is now manifesting in real time, and it will not return void. Comment 555 if your heart believes and your faith says yes to what God is doing. You need to understand how deeply heaven is involved in this. The angel that is standing guard over your life right now was not assigned yesterday. That angel has been with you since the beginning, watching over your journey, your trials, your losses, and your victories. That same angel that carried your cries before God is now carrying your reward back to you. This is not something you chased, it is something that was appointed. When God sets a date in heaven, nothing on earth can cancel it. Not even the battles you thought disqualified you. Grace overrides every delay. Mercy redeems every mistake. And God, in His infinite goodness, is now releasing what your soul has longed for. This money miracle is not here to inflate your pride. It is here to restore your identity. For too long you have worn the labels the world gave you: broke, behind, forgotten, unworthy, unlucky. But God is tearing every false label off of you and clothing you with favor, with provision, and with the undeniable evidence that you are deeply loved and highly favored. This miracle is not to impress people. It is to remind you that your Father never left, never stopped working, never gave up on you, not even for a moment. The weight of what you've been through will not compare to the weight of glory that is coming upon you. You will no longer carry the burden of just enough. You will walk in the overflow of more than enough. That's how your Father provides. He doesn't deal in scraps. He prepares tables. He doesn't offer leftovers. He gives you the best, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is your inheritance, not because you earned it, but because you belong to Him. You are not walking into this miracle alone. The angel assigned to you is going ahead of you, clearing obstacles, dismantling demonic traps, and making sure that what God has released finds you quickly, safely, and completely. The time for delay is over. What was held up is being released. What was tangled is being untied. What was stuck is now flowing. God is opening windows of heaven over your life that no man, no system, and no enemy can shut. You must stop believing the lie that you're always going to live behind, that the blessing is for others but not for you, that you'll always be one step too late. No, that lie is breaking right now under the power of God's voice. The Lord is saying, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I provided for Abraham, I provided for Elijah, I provided for the widow, and I will provide for you. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are chosen. And the evidence of that choice is about to pour into every area of your life. This is not just a miracle of money. It is a miracle of healing. Because the trauma of lack runs deep. It bruises your confidence. It steals your joy. It makes you question your worth. But God is healing you from the inside out. He's not just filling your hands. He's restoring your soul. You will no longer live in survival mode. You will no longer panic every time something breaks, or a bill shows up, or a plan shifts. Because your trust is being placed not in what you see, but in who you know. And your God is faithful. Your testimony will not be small. It will echo with power. It will carry weight. It will shake others free. Because when people look at you, they will not see a person who got lucky. They will see the fingerprints of God all over your life. And they will say, only God could have done that. That is what this money miracle is about, not just relief, but revelation. A revelation of the goodness of God, a revelation of His timing, a revelation of what happens when you hold on, even when it hurts. The days ahead are pregnant with promise, unexpected emails, unseen favor, uncommon opportunities, long-forgotten debts being returned, doors that you never even knocked on suddenly swinging wide open. And it won't be forced, it won't be manipulated, it won't be born out of hustle. It will come through rest, through trust, through the stillness that says, God, I believe you even when I don't understand you. That kind of surrender births miracles. Is this leaked CIA ritual the missing key to your financial breakthrough? A once hidden brain ritual is spreading fast. This strange 7-second method, confirmed by elite neuroscience labs, activates your brain's wealth magnet. The government may shut this down. If you're seeing this, you are God's chosen child. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. You are not stepping into this miracle by accident. This is your ordained moment. All of heaven has been watching your journey, and now the reward is being released. The tears you cried have not been wasted. The prayers you whispered when no one else heard have been bottled in heaven. And the time has come for those bottles to be poured out as blessing, as breakthrough, as overflow. You are entering into days of divine repayment, not just for what you lost, but for what you endured. It will happen quickly. So quickly, it will make your head spin. The shift will be sudden. The atmosphere will change without warning. And when it does, you'll know it was only God. Because He has a way of showing up when the world says it's too late. But it's never too late for Him. He controls the seasons. He controls the harvest. He controls the gates. And He has decided that the gate of blessing is now open over your life. So walk in faith, speak in faith, give in faith, think in faith, and watch how the hand of God moves like fire through your situation, consuming lack, burning through debt, and leaving only favor behind. You are the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed coming in, blessed going out, and nothing can stop the will of God when it is your time. And beloved, it is your time. It is arriving through the eternal purpose of the Almighty, who has chosen this exact moment to pour into your life what could only be stored in heaven. The winds of delay have stopped, and the river of provision has begun to flow. Everything that once resisted is now making way. Everything that once delayed is now accelerating. The angel assigned to you is no longer holding back the blessing, but is releasing it without hesitation. You may feel like this came out of nowhere, but heaven has been building this for longer than you realize. Every unanswered prayer, every unreturned favor, every missed opportunity, they were not closed doors forever. They were divine pauses, put in place by God to protect the timing of what He is now delivering. And now that the fullness of time has come, nothing can stop this miracle from finding you. Comment 1212. If you are ready to receive what God has kept in store for your life, this blessing is personal. It is measured precisely for your situation. God is not dropping random money into your life without purpose. He is placing targeted provision in your path to heal the very places where lack has hurt you the most. Some of you are about to pay off debts that haunted you for years. Others are going to have the means to start what you've only dreamed about. Some will be able to restore what was lost in past seasons. Others will finally walk in the freedom of financial peace that seemed impossible, and all of it will be a testament of God's intentional love. You are stepping into days when you will no longer feel embarrassed to hope. You will no longer feel ashamed to speak about blessing, because the miracle will be too visible, too undeniable, too clearly marked by God to ever feel guilty about again. What once felt like a dream will become your everyday reality, and not by the strength of your hand, but by the faithfulness of God who saw your pain and decided it was time for harvest. The angel who guarded your prayers through the silence has now been given a new assignment to usher in the answers. This angel has been fighting unseen battles to clear the path. Where demonic interference once tried to block your access, now there is only open air. What once stood in the way has been broken. Every spiritual obstacle that attempted to rob you has been crushed under the weight of God's glory. That is why you feel different right now. That is why there's peace in your spirit, even if nothing has changed yet in the natural, because the spiritual transaction has already been completed. Let that settle deep within you. You are not waiting for God to decide. He has already decided. The miracle is not pending, it is in transit, and the angel of the Lord is delivering it on wings of fire. This is not hype, this is holy. And your heart knows the difference. Your soul can feel the shift, even if your mind is still trying to catch up. This is how God works. He moves in ways that bypass logic and speak straight to the spirit. You will see things turn around so quickly that you'll wonder how the struggle ever lasted as long as it did. You'll be walking in such favor that the days of begging and borrowing will feel like a distant memory. And you'll remember how you stood in faith when you had nothing, and you'll look up and say, God, you really came through. Because He always does. He never fails, and He never breaks a promise. God is not blessing you to impress anyone. He is blessing you because He loves you, because He is your Father, because you are His child. This miracle is the manifestation of that unbreakable relationship. You belong to Him, and He takes care of His own. It doesn't matter how long you've been waiting, it doesn't matter how many times you've been disappointed, all of that ends here. This is a new beginning, a holy reset, a divine release of what has been stored up for you. You were not overlooked, you were being prepared. The battles you faced were training grounds. The tears you cried watered the seeds of your future. The silence you endured refined your spirit. And now you are ready, not just to receive but to carry. Because blessings come with weight, and God doesn't give you what you're not ready to steward. But now, He says, my child is ready. Let it be done. You are stepping into favor that your family line has never seen. You are breaking through ceilings that held back generations before you. You are shifting the spiritual atmosphere of your bloodline, because what God is doing through you will overflow into everyone connected to you. This miracle will not end with you. It will ripple through your children, your grandchildren, your entire household. This is legacy. This is destiny. This is the blessing of Abraham alive in your life through Christ Jesus. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now, before it's gone forever. You will speak differently in the days ahead, not from arrogance but from assurance, not from pride but from peace. Because when God provides, He silences every fear, calms every storm, and gives you the authority to walk boldly where you once trembled. That is what this money miracle is bringing, not just finances, but freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from shame, freedom from the weight of always wondering how you'll make it. Let yourself receive it. Don't shrink. Don't question whether you deserve it. That's not how God works. He blesses based on His goodness, not your performance. He blesses because you are His and He is yours. And what belongs to the Father is never withheld from His child. You are royalty, you are chosen, and your inheritance is being delivered, not by luck or labor, but by grace and divine order. You are being lifted from a valley into a mountain, from wandering into purpose, from stress into rest. And as the angel of God moves across your life, touching what was dry and making it overflow, you will know in your heart that this was always meant to happen. You will know that the delay didn't cancel your destiny. It only made it richer. The atmosphere around you is charged with promise. You are no longer standing in the place of delay. You are standing in the flow of fulfillment. What was withheld is now being released. What was dry is now being watered. What was broken is now being mended. Your money miracle is not a future hope, it is a present reality unfolding right before your eyes. The Lord has seen the weight you carried quietly. He saw the strength it took just to show up when everything inside you wanted to give up. He heard the prayers that were too broken for words. And now He is responding. Not with a whisper, but with a move so powerful it will leave no room for doubt. Your angel has been waiting for this command. And now the order has been released. Heaven is in motion. Comment 777 if your spirit feels the shift and you're ready to walk in it with faith. This financial miracle is deeply personal. God is not just handing you money, He is healing your story. He is redeeming the narrative of failure, fear, and lack that tried to define your life. Every time someone said you would never recover, every time the world looked at your struggle and dismissed your worth, every time you had to pretend to be okay just to protect your dignity, God saw it, and now He is rewriting it all. You are going to walk in such visible blessing that it will confuse those who counted you out. And yet, your heart will stay tender, because you'll know this wasn't about being better than anyone else. It was about God showing you that He never left. That His love is not just emotional, it is tangible. His love feeds you, clothes you, pays your rent, cancels your debt, sends you help from unexpected places. His love shows up in ways you can feel, hold, and experience. And now, that love is showing up as financial overflow. You have suffered in silence, and now God is rewarding you in public. You were faithful in the secret place. You didn't need applause. You didn't need recognition. You just kept trusting. And now the same God who watched over you in the shadows is placing His light on your life. Not to boast, but to testify. Because others will see what He's doing in you and believe for themselves. You will be the proof that God still provides, that He still makes a way, that He still answers with power. Let yourself receive this without fear. Let yourself believe it without hesitation. God is not teasing you. He is not dangling hope in front of you only to take it away. He is steady. He is sure. And He is generous beyond what you've been taught to expect. The size of this blessing will not match your past. It will match His promise. And His promises are always bigger than your pain. There are open doors ahead of you that don't require explanation. You won't have to justify your blessing. You won't have to prove that you're worthy. God has already declared you worthy. And what He opens, no man can shut. Your angel is making straight the path before you, clearing every hindrance, every distraction, every trap set by the enemy. What is yours is protected. What is yours cannot be stolen. What is yours is already moving in your direction. You are being restored not only in your finances but in your confidence. The weight of shame is lifting. The pressure of not having enough is dissolving. And in its place comes the quiet strength of someone who knows that they are backed by heaven. You won't flinch when bills come. You won't fear when the unexpected happens. Because your heart will be anchored in the truth that God is your source. Jobs can change. People can shift. Markets can fall. But God does not run out. You are being invited into a new way of thinking. No more survival. No more scraping by. No more settling. God is shifting you from scarcity into abundance. Not just so you can have more, but so you can be more. So you can give more, serve more, love more. So you can pour into others what once felt impossible to receive yourself. This miracle isn't just about your bank account. It's about your purpose, and you are about to walk in both. Heaven rejoices when one of God's children steps into their inheritance. Because when you finally believe that He wants to bless you, that He has already planned to bless you, you stop striving and start receiving. You stop begging and start declaring. You stop doubting and start walking boldly into every open door, knowing that you are not alone and never have been. Your angel is carrying the answers you prayed for years ago. Delays have been broken. The spiritual red tape has been cut. The pipeline of provision has been opened, and it is flowing toward you now. Some of you will wake up tomorrow and find unexpected favor. Others will hear news within days that shifts everything. And still others will feel a peace so deep, so calming, that even without seeing it yet, they'll know it's already done. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. This is the power of God. This is the miracle that doesn't just touch your wallet, it touches your whole world. Relationships begin to heal. Doors you forgot about suddenly open. Lost things are returned. Broken things are made whole. All because God stepped in and said, "It's time." This miracle carries the breath of God, and that means it will not die, it will not fade. It will not collapse under pressure. What God births, He sustains. What God sends, He protects. What God starts, He completes. And this season will be marked by that kind of faithfulness, consistent, overflowing, unstoppable. You were never created to live under the weight of fear and financial pressure. You were created to live under the covering of divine provision. You were designed to walk in peace, and God is restoring you to that design now, not by force, not by pressure, but by love. Pure, holy, unwavering love. This money miracle is the arrival of God's justice in your life. Justice for every time you were faithful and forgotten. Justice for every season you served in silence. Justice for the sacrifices no one saw but God. The angel that would not allow you to look away, that would not let you scroll past, that pressed on your heart to stay here. This angel has not come to bring warning, but to bring what was already yours. The message you are receiving is not to pressure you, it is to prepare you. Because when a miracle of this magnitude shows up, it changes not just your finances, but your posture, your mindset, and the way you carry your purpose. Comment 999 if you receive this shift fully and without fear. For too long, you lived under the weight of just surviving. You found ways to make ends meet, sacrificing joy, peace, rest, and sometimes even health, just to keep going. And even in that place, God saw your heart. He saw how you kept trusting Him when others gave up. He saw how you tithed when you barely had anything left. He saw how you supported others with what little you had, still believing that someday He would show up for you too. That someday is now. The Lord is not only restoring what was stolen, He is multiplying what is returned. He is not replacing like for like, He is increasing. What comes back to you will not look like what you lost. It will be better, bigger, blessed. That's how your Father moves. He doesn't repay with minimums, He rewards with overflow. When He restored Job, He gave him double. When He fed the 5,000, there were baskets left over. When He blesses, He does not stop at enough. He keeps going until there is evidence that it was Him and only Him. You will no longer live in the shadow of scarcity. You will no longer measure life by what you can afford. God is changing your capacity. He is expanding your vision. He is removing the anxiety that used to control your decisions. You won't be afraid to answer the phone. You won't flinch every time a new expense arises. You won't dread the end of the month. because you will know that your supply is not limited to your paycheck. Your source is eternal, and His resources do not run dry. Every sleepless night you spent worrying about money is being redeemed with nights of peace. You will rest in God's provision like never before. You will walk through each day knowing heaven has already gone before you. That is the level of trust God is calling you into now, a trust that is so rooted, so strong, that even when circumstances look uncertain, your spirit is unmoved. Because you know the one who holds the outcome. There will be restoration in places you forgot needed healing. Family relationships that were strained by the weight of financial hardship will soften again. Marriages that suffered under financial stress will breathe again. Parents will look their children in the eyes and say, "We're okay now. God came through." You will be able to bless others the way you always wanted to. You will give freely and without fear. And every act of generosity will be another seed that multiplies in the hands of God. Do not underestimate the spiritual power behind this financial miracle. Money, in the hands of a believer, becomes more than currency. It becomes a tool of ministry. It becomes a testimony. It becomes an extension of heaven on earth. God is entrusting you not just with wealth, but with the responsibility to carry it well, to give where He leads, to bless where He prompts, and to always remember who brought it into your life. The angel of provision is not finished moving. As you remain in faith, as you walk in obedience, more doors will continue to open. What begins as a financial breakthrough will expand into areas you did not expect. Healing, reconciliation, creativity, joy, all of it will begin to flow from this moment. Because God does not move in pieces, He moves in fullness, and He has set His fullness over you. There are blessings that are already being prepared behind the scenes. You may not see them yet, but they are coming closer by the hour. You will receive calls you didn't expect. You will receive offers that don't make sense to others. You will see sudden reversals where doors that were once shut swing wide open without explanation. These are not coincidences. These are divine alignments. The fruit of staying faithful in dry places. Your obedience is echoing into your future, and the God who rewards faith is moving swiftly. You don't have to chase the miracle. It is chasing you. You don't have to beg for breakthrough. It is already scheduled for your life. You simply need to stay positioned in faith, trusting that what God started, He will finish. And not just finish, He will exceed. The angel assigned to this word is still standing beside you, not only to deliver, but to defend. Every seed you plant, every step you take in trust, every act of surrender, heaven is guarding it. The enemy cannot touch what God has blessed. The attack that tried to break you was proof of how close you were to this very moment. But the fight is ending now. The storm is passing, and the sun is rising on a brand new season. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. You have cried enough. You have fought enough. You have worried enough. Now it is time to rest in what God has already decided. He has called you blessed. He has named you favored. And He has marked you for provision. Nothing can change that. Not your past, not your mistakes, not your fears, not your delays. You are still chosen, still covered, still loved. What He is doing for you now is not just meeting a need. It's revealing a part of His heart that you have never seen so clearly before. This is the God who remembers, the God who repays, the God who restores. Your money miracle is proof that heaven never forgot you, not even once. The enemy tried everything to make you believe that you were alone. He tried to convince you that nothing would change, but all that time God was working beneath the surface, arranging things, opening doors, holding your heart, and preparing you for something greater than just survival. You were never being punished. You were being positioned. And now that the moment of fulfillment has come, nothing and no one can take it from you. Comment 1010 if you know this moment is sealed in heaven and cannot be reversed. There is a power in divine timing that human effort can never match. You may have thought you missed it. You may have thought you waited too long or lost your chance. But the truth is, God has never been late in your life. His timing does not run by clocks, it runs by purpose. And when your purpose matures into its moment, heaven releases what was always meant for you. This is that moment. This is that release. And it is coming with peace, with clarity, with grace, and with divine speed. This money miracle is not just about what shows up in your hands. It's about what is breaking off your mind and your heart. The fear that gripped you every time you faced another financial storm is being replaced with confidence. Not confidence in yourself, but confidence in the God who walks on water, who multiplies what seems small, who provides even in deserts. You are about to walk through life without that tightness in your chest. You are about to stop bracing for the next problem, because your Father is showing you that He was never far away. You are going to start seeing provision in places that never brought results before. Where you used to see closed doors, you'll see opportunity. Where you once heard no, you'll hear yes. Where it always felt like not enough, now there will be more than enough. This miracle is so precise, so tailor-made to your story, that when it unfolds, even the people who don't believe in God will have to admit that something divine just happened to you. That's how clearly His hand will be on your life. It won't be loud, it won't be chaotic, it will be holy. It will be quiet moments where you realize things are working for you without your striving. It will be the sudden favor you didn't chase, the peace you didn't expect, the yes that comes after so many no's. And in those moments, you'll feel the weight of how deeply God knows your name, your needs, and your dreams. There is something sacred about receiving from God. It humbles you. It reminds you that you are not forgotten. It shows you that all your prayers weren't wasted. You prayed not just for money, but for stability, for peace, for relief. And now God is bringing it to you, not because of your strength, but because of His goodness. You don't have to prove anything to receive this, just believe. That's all He asks of you now. This miracle is also a mantle. It carries responsibility. Because the blessing coming your way is bigger than your personal needs. It is kingdom wealth. It is resource for mission. God is blessing you so you can bless others, so you can give with joy, so you can lift burdens from others the same way He is lifting them off of you. And you will do it, not from obligation, but from overflow. From a heart so full of gratitude that you can't help but share. Every place in your life that was dry is now being touched by the river of God's provision. The desert is becoming a garden. The drought is ending. You will eat and be satisfied. You will rest and not worry. You will walk into rooms with your head held high, not because of pride, but because of peace. The anxiety is leaving. The scarcity mindset is breaking. And what's rising in its place is a new identity, one rooted in being chosen, covered, and called. You are going to feel lighter in the coming days, not just emotionally, but spiritually. Like something heavy has been lifted, because it has. The burden you carried was not yours to carry alone, and now God has taken it. And in exchange, He's giving you rest. He's giving you laughter. He's giving you beauty for ashes. He's giving you the miracle that no bank, no boss, no system could ever offer. There will be signs everywhere, not dramatic, not forced, just gentle confirmations. A check in the mail, a kind word at the right moment, a door you didn't know existed suddenly opening. These things are not small, they are signals, reminders from God that He is close, that He is moving, that your obedience has touched His heart, that your faith is not invisible to Him. God is not finished with you. In fact, He's just getting started. This money miracle is the doorway, not the destination. What you are stepping into will continue to grow. You'll see increase where you once only saw decrease. You'll see fruit in places where nothing grew before. And you'll know, deep in your bones, that none of this came from man. It came from your Father, who gives good gifts to His children. So let go of the fear, lay down the doubt, embrace what God is placing in your hands. This is not temporary, this is not fragile, this is not risky. This is God, and when it's Him, there is nothing to fear. He finishes what He starts. He sustains what He sends. He blesses in ways the world can't understand. Is this the same CIA brain ritual, changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. What felt locked is now opening. What seemed unreachable is now falling into place. What once drained you is now behind you. The angel who guarded your promise through every dark night has now been given the command to deliver your miracle without delay. And this is not just any miracle. This is your money miracle. It has been sent directly by the hand of God, and it carries the weight of every prayer you've ever whispered, through tears, through silence, through faith. There is a holy order to how this is unfolding. God is not rushing, yet He is not late. He has not forgotten a single moment of your journey. He remembers when you had nothing left to give, and you still gave. He remembers when you smiled for others while your own heart was breaking. He remembers when you trusted Him, even while losing everything around you. And now, He remembers you with reward. Comment 1515 if you believe this is your divine hour of receiving. This moment is not just an answer to prayer, it is a declaration from heaven, a declaration that says your struggle has expired, that says your nights of fear and uncertainty are over, that says your waiting was not wasted. You are stepping into days that will redeem everything. God is not giving you back what you lost in the same measure. He is multiplying it. He is making up for the lost time, lost peace, lost joy, lost opportunities. And He is doing it in a way that proves He alone is your source. You will walk into rooms soon where you once felt small, but now you will carry presence, authority, and peace. Not because of money in your pocket, but because of the confidence that comes from being covered by God. You will no longer feel like you don't belong. You will no longer feel like you're trying to catch up. The blessing of God levels the playing field. It restores your voice. It brings you back into the spaces you were pushed out of. There is a healing that comes with this miracle. A deep, quiet healing in your soul that starts to fix the brokenness money once caused. The stress of lack, the embarrassment of need, the ache of having to pretend everything was okay when it wasn't, all of that is being lifted off you now. Because the miracle is not just in what is coming to you financially. The greater miracle is what God is taking from you, the heaviness, the fear, the shame. You are not just being blessed, you are being made whole. There will be such peace in your next season that even in moments when things get uncertain, your heart will remain steady. Because once you've seen God provide like this, your faith will never be the same. You'll know too much to go back to fear. You'll remember the way he stepped in right when you needed him, and that memory will anchor you every time life tries to shake you.